So, we all love how easy Google Workspace makes storing and managing our data, right? But just because our files are in the cloud doesn't mean they're safe. Accidental deletions, data corruption, ransomware, hackers, or even Google's limited data retention can leave your data vulnerable. That's where AhsayOBM comes in, the ultimate safety net and backup solution for your Google Workspace data, ensuring your emails, chats, and other critical data are always fully protected and recoverable no matter what. If you want to learn how to ensure that your Google Workspace data are always secured and recoverable, I'll show you how to set up your backup set using AhsayOBM. Let's go to my screen and get started. To start with, open AhsayOBM and enter your credentials to access your account. Before being able to do a backup job, you'll need to create a backup set first. Click on Backup Sets. Click the plus sign. Change the backup set type to Google Workspace Backup. You can rename your backup set or you can use the default name provided. AhsayOBM supports the backup of multiple Google Workspace user accounts using the entire organization for the backup scope. Alternatively, if you want to backup a single Google Workspace user account, select this Google user only. For our example, we will select entire organization. Proceed by clicking on Test to connect your Google Workspace admin account to Ahsay. Click Authorize to proceed with the authentication. You will be asked to log into your Google Workspace account. When selecting the entire organization, make sure to log into your Google Workspace admin account credentials. You will be asked to provide permission. Click Continue. Read the permission request carefully. Tick off the checkbox for Select All, then click Continue. You will be provided the authorization code that you'll need to enter on AhsayOBM. Click the code, then copy. Go back to AhsayOBM, then paste the code on the text field. Click OK. Click Continue to allow delegation of domain-wide authority in order to access all users' data in the organization. The domain-wide delegation page from the admin console will be prompted. Go back to AhsayOBM and read and follow the instruction. Users may add a new API client using the provided client ID or look for an existing one. Go back to the admin console and look for the client ID. As we already have an existing client ID, let's click on Edit to check if all required scopes listed on OBM have already been included. After checking, go back to AhsayOBM. Click Continue. Another round of test connection will be conducted. Once successful, click Next. Now it's time for you to select which components you would like to be included in the backup. Start by selecting which Google Workspace users to backup. Selecting all users will select all available users under the management of the admin account. Meanwhile, you also have the option to select specific users. By default, all users are selected. Unselect the checkbox for all users to choose particular users. When multiple users are displayed, you may sort the list alphabetically or by user group. For easier selection, you also have the option to search for users. On the other hand, use the drop-down menu at the upper right part to filter the displayed users. Show All will display all users. Selected Only will display the currently selected users. While no longer available will display users that are now unavailable or have been deactivated. For this, we'll select this particular user. After selecting a source, click OK. Proceed by selecting which data owned by the selected user or users to back up. By default, all data components are selected. We'll proceed with this selection. Lastly, choose which shared drives to back up. You may select all or choose specific shared drives. For this, we'll select Shared, then click OK to continue. After selecting your backup source, click Next to proceed. Select the switch to turn on Scheduled Backup. A scheduled backup will automatically back up the emails, contacts, calendar, files, and other data you have selected based on the frequency and time you set it on. This is very important, as a regular scheduled backup will minimize data loss, ensuring you can always recover the most updated version of your files. Click on the plus sign to create a new backup schedule. You can use the default schedule name, but for this, we'll use Daily Backup at 1800. Next, choose from the different types of backup schedules, such as daily, weekly, monthly, or custom. For this example, we will select a daily backup to run at 1800 hours. After setting up your preferred backup schedule, select OK, then Next. For the destination, clients backing up documents from Google Workspace will have the option to select another type of destination storage, particularly for Google Workspace documents, which include Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, Drawings, and Forms. The default backup mode is sequential. But since we're selecting more than one storage destination, it is recommended to switch the backup mode to concurrent to allow AhsayOBM to back up your data to both destinations simultaneously. This approach helps reduce the overall backup time, which minimizes any performance impact to the backup machine. Once you switch to concurrent, you'll be able to set the maximum number of destinations to run simultaneously. Let's keep the default selection, which is unlimited. Click the plus sign to add a storage destination. The default destination storage, AhsayCBS, is already selected. Since we're selecting more than one storage destination, let's keep the selected on default and click OK to continue. Then click Add. Select the local destination option. It is very important that you choose to back up your Google Workspace cloud data to a local drive or network drive, as it allows you to take ownership and full control of your own data. Retain full access to your critical business data 24/7 in the event of service outages or even total loss of your Google Workspace cloud data to give you total peace of mind. Once you have selected the destination, you will be asked to input local or network address. Click Change, then select a destination. For this example, we will be selecting this local destination. Click OK to proceed. Click OK again. AhsayOBM will test its access to the local destination. After a successful test, scroll down and you'll see the option to add a document's destination. This solution is ideal for users seeking to avoid data loss from backup of documents from Google Workspace. Ahsay's lossless backup ensures that the layout, formatting, formulas, and most importantly, content are fully retained so that each restored document is identical to the original version. This is achieved by copying the documents to another Google Drive account, in contrast to the standard backup method that relies on exporting documents when backups are done to AhsayCBS or other cloud destinations, which may result in data loss during backups when exported, and again, during restore when it is imported. For this, let's click the Add button to add a Google Drive account. You may sign up or directly click on Test. Log in to another Google Drive account you will be using as a destination. Click Continue to provide authorization, then copy and paste the code. After a successful test, click OK, then Next to continue. For encryption, we will use the default setting, which is the most secure option as it uses AES 256-bit encryption technology and a randomly generated encryption key made up of 44 alphanumeric characters. Take note, once you have selected the encryption settings and your backup set is created, it cannot be changed afterwards. If you need to change the encryption settings, then a new backup set must be created. Your data will have to be backed up again from scratch. Click Next. It is very important to keep a copy of your encryption key before clicking Confirm. If you forget or lose your encryption key, you will lose the ability to access and restore your backup data. Click Confirm. When the backup set is successfully created, you will see this confirmation page. You now have the option to back up your data right away by clicking Backup Now, or wait for the scheduled backup to start. Let's close this window and go back to the Backup Sets page. Select the backup set that you have just created. We're going to have a quick look at some of the other important settings on our Google Workspace backup set, such as Windows User Authentication, Deduplication, Retention Policy, Temporary Directory, and Compression Setting. AhsayOBM utilizes Windows User Authentication login credentials to ensure it has adequate permissions for accessing various components on the backup machine. These include the temporary folder location and the local backup destination, whether it's local drive or a network drive accessible from the backup machine via LAN. The Windows User Authentication login credentials must have the necessary permissions to access network resources. Enter your Windows account password to provide AhsayOBM permission. Apart from the Windows User Authentication, there are also other features that you have to know about. Click Show Advanced Settings and select the duplication. The duplication is enabled by default. It removes all duplicate data blocks from your backup. The default settings are the optimal settings for the duplication and will result in up to 50% savings in storage space and costs for file backups. It will also reduce network bandwidth usage and will allow for faster backups. Meanwhile, every time AhsayOBM runs a backup job, any previously backed up data that are subsequently modified or deleted on Google Workspace are moved to the retention area, where they can still be restored. The retention policy determines how long these deleted or modified data are stored in the retention area before they are permanently removed. There are two retention policy options on AhsayOBM. One is simple, where the retained data are removed after a specified number of days or backup jobs. The other one is advanced retention policy. By default, simple retention policy is selected where the deleted data are kept for 7 days. For this example, we'll use a simple retention policy with a duration of 730 days. This provides extra protection, allowing us to recover any deleted or modified data for up to 2 years, exceeding the default retention period of Google Vault. Moving on, click Others to see the temporary directory and compression settings. The temporary directory is on the C drive, where the Windows operating system is also installed. You might want to change this and select another local drive. For this example, we'll use this local drive and click the temp folder that we created. Then, click OK. This is the best practice, as using the C drive might cause the machine to crash once it runs out of space. As in some cases, a large number of temporary files may be created during backup and restore. A network drive should also not be considered, as this could affect the backup and restore performance. Meanwhile, the remove temporary files after backup is enabled by default, in order to keep the temporary drive clear. Below the temporary directory is the compressions. Data compression serves two purposes: enhancing backup performance and reducing storage space and storage costs. There are 4 compression types available: no compression, normal, fast, and fast with optimization for local. This compression type is selected by default, as it balances data compression speed, compression ratio, and CPU usage efficiently. The compression settings can be changed anytime. If the compression type is changed, the new setting will take effect on the next backup job. Now that you have learned a bit more about the other important backup settings and how to adjust them based on your preferences, it's time to back up your files. Close this window by clicking Save. From the AhsayOBM home screen, select Backup. Click the backup set that you have just created. Click Backup to proceed with the backup job. Once done, you'll see under the progress bar that the backup has been completed successfully. And that's how you can back up your Google Workspace data with AhsayOBM. Cloud storage is great, but it also comes with risks. Data loss can disrupt your business and damage your reputation. With Ahsay, you get full protection from data loss, ransomware, human error, and more. Plus, it allows you to take full ownership and control of your cloud data, which means you'll always have immediate 24/7 access no matter what. Want complete peace of mind? Ahsay got you covered. Achieve your ultimate goal of complete data protection. Secure, reliable, affordable. Ahsay. Keep your data safe with us. If you want to learn how to secure your business and personal data, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Ahsay backup tips and insights.